My beloved child, you were never supposed to read this unless your soul was ready. And now, heaven knows you are. That's why this message found you. You think it was coincidence, but no. This is the divine moment where truth interrupts illusion. This is where promises that were never meant to last finally fall apart. Not to destroy you, but to free you. Archangel Michael has come forward with a fire that cannot be ignored. His message is sharp. His message is full of sorrow and urgency. Because the person who once looked into your eyes and said they would never leave you, the person who once swore that they would walk with you through every storm, has broken that vow. Silently. They are pretending. They are not telling you the truth. They have changed, and they don't want you to know. God has watched your heart break behind your own silence. You noticed things. You felt the shift. You saw the distance. You questioned yourself. You blamed yourself. But this is not your fault. The person who once promised you forever has already emotionally and spiritually walked away. They're still smiling. They're still talking. They may even still be holding your hand. But their soul has stepped back. Their hearts have closed. Their spirit is no longer beside you. You feel it in the quiet moments. You sense it in their absence, even when they're near. You hear it in the words they don't say. You see it in the way they look through you. This is not your imagination. This is not paranoia. This is your intuition. This is your soul recognizing the truth. Archangel Michael stands beside you now. He wraps his wings around you. He whispers strength into your spirit. He holds a sword of light, ready to cut the cords that binds you to pain. He says, "You are not alone. You have never been alone. I have walked with you through every shadow. I have guarded your heart when it was breaking. I have lifted you when you could not stand." Now, he urges you to see the truth. You've been avoiding it, to acknowledge the love that has faded, to accept the reality that has changed, not to punish yourself, but to free yourself, to step into the light of your own truth, to reclaim your power, to remember who you are. You are a child of the divine. You are worthy of love that is real and lasting. You deserve honesty. You deserve loyalty. You deserve someone whose soul dances with yours. Someone who sees you, hears you, cherishes you. This ending is not a failure. It is a release from illusions, a release from false promises, a release from the chains that have held you back. It is the beginning of your liberation, the start of your transformation, the opening of your heart to something greater. Archangel Michael reminds you, let go with grace, let go with love, let go with faith, for what awaits you is beyond your imagination, a love that mirrors your soul, a connection that uplifts you, a journey that aligns with your purpose. Trust the process, trust the timing, trust yourself. You are being guided. You are being protected. You are being prepared for a new chapter, one filled with authenticity, joy, and deep, abiding love. So, breathe, release the past, embrace the present, step into your future with courage, with hope, with the knowledge that you are never alone. Archangel Michael walks with you, now and always, your hand, but inside they are gone. They made an inner decision and they are hiding it from you. You sensed it, that's why you can't sleep some nights. That's why your spirit feels disturbed. That's why you keep going back over conversations, trying to find where things went wrong. But God says, stop torturing yourself. You didn't cause this. You didn't fail. You didn't fall short. You didn't change. They did. They looked into your sacred trust and chose dishonesty. They've been lying with their presence, and heaven cannot let this deception continue. That's why Archangel Michael stepped in, because this lie is blocking your destiny. This lie is delaying your miracle. This lie is draining your soul, and heaven loves you too much to let this go on. This is not the first time they've pretended to be someone. They're not the first time they've worn a mask. But this time you were. Different this time, they were playing with something sacred. They were touching something heaven placed in your life with purpose. And when someone treats divine love like it's disposable, heaven responds. When someone uses your heart as a shield for their own secrets, heaven intervenes. You didn't see it at first, because your love is pure. Your love believes the best. Your love forgives. Your love endures. But even the strongest heart should not carry deception. Even the kindest soul should not be burdened with false promises. So heaven pulled back the veil. Heaven showed you what they were hiding. Heaven made you feel the emptiness behind their words, because you wouldn't have let go unless heaven made the truth too loud to ignore. Yes, your spirit knew. Even when your mind made excuses, your spirit knew. Even when your heart held on, your spirit knew something wasn't right. And now the angels are standing beside you. You are not walking through this alone. You are not being abandoned. You are being protected. Protected from people who wear love like a costume but run from truth when it asks them to stay. Protected from those who want the benefits of your soul, but not the responsibility of your presence. You are not being punished. You are being pulled out of the wrong story. You are being lifted out of their confusion, because you cannot be tied to someone who chooses hiding over healing. You cannot build a future with someone still married to their past. They had a choice and they chose fear. They had a moment and they choose comfort over courage. You didn't break it. You didn't lose them. They walked away from their own miracle, and heaven saw it all. Heaven watched as you stayed up crying while they laughed in other arms. Heaven heard your prayers while they whispered lies behind your back. Heaven felt your spirit break while they avoided the truth you deserved. So now heaven is healing you, not by fixing them, but by removing them. Not by changing their heart, but by strengthening yours. You don't need their confession, you already have clarity. You don't need closure, you've been given truth. Truth is the key that unlocks your soul. Truth is the sword that cuts the cord, and now you are being set free. This ending is not punishment, it's prophecy. This pain is not rejection, it's redirection. You gave love with open hands. They gave confusion with hidden plans. You gave your heart. They gave you silence, and now heaven is giving you peace. Not because you asked for it, but because you need. It's because what's ahead of you is too holy to carry their weight, too sacred to drag their secrets with you. So yes, you feel the ache, but also you feel the shift. You feel the release. You feel the turning. A chapter is closing, but it's not the one. You thought it's not the story of your failure. It's the story of your freedom. Freedom from emotional games. Freedom from spiritual confusion. Freedom from waiting for someone who already left inside. They were never confused. They were just dishonest. They weren't unclear. They were unwilling, and you were too divine to notice the lies at first because you saw their potential. But now heaven is reminding you, potential is not enough for a soul like yours. Intention is not enough for a destiny like yours. You deserve real presence, not just occasional attention. You deserve consistent truth, not comfort-based lies, and heaven will not let you settle. Not here, not now, not ever. So let the silence stretch. Let the distance grow. Do not chase what God is trying to protect you from. Do not reopen what God is closing for your good. This is a sacred separation. And yes, your heart will miss them, but your soul will thank heaven for the protection. Your peace will return in waves. Your clarity will grow. Like morning light, and you'll begin to see. You never lost them. You were never meant to keep someone who couldn't keep your truth. What you lost was illusion. What you gained is inner strength. What ended was the pretending. What began was your alignment with real love, with healing, love with heaven-backed love that doesn't flinch when things get real love, that doesn't vanish when pain surfaces, love that sits in the fire and says, I'm not leaving. And that love is still coming, but this was the clearing. This was the moment the sky opened and angels wept with you, because they saw what you held in silence. They saw what you hoped would change. But love isn't blind and heaven isn't quiet. Not when your heart is being mishandled. Not when your future is being delayed. So the separation was sacred. Not just an ending, but a rescue. And while you may not understand it all, you will feel the truth in your bones. This release was divine. This shift was needed because your next chapter requires your whole heart, and they were holding too much of it in shadow. So now you are reclaiming your light. You are stepping back into alignment. And heaven rejoices because you are finally free to love again without second guessing. Free to walk forward without looking back, free to be without pretending. And the angels are clearing the path. Because what's ahead is holy. What's ahead is honest. And what's ahead will never make you beg for clarity. Again, you are chosen, you are protected, you are rising. No lie can hold you down any longer. Hidden truth from you. God has watched them build secret doors behind your back. There are things they've said to others about you that would break your heart. If you heard them, there are moments where they mocked your spirit, your vision, your sensitivity. They smiled in front of you but rolled their eyes in the dark. They said forever, but they only meant convenience. They loved the light you gave. They never planned to carry it with you. They used your love as a hiding place from their own darkness. But now the divine hour has come. Finally, God is exposing this woman, the one who stood in agreement with the betrayal, the one who spoke sweet words in your presence, but venom behind your back. She influenced the one who promised you forever. She whispered confusion into their heart. She pretended to be a friend, a sister, a safe place. But she was a divider. She sowed seeds of doubt. She turned their eyes away from you. She made them feel powerful by suggesting you were too much, too emotional, too intense, too spiritual. She made herself look innocent. But heaven knows. And now heaven is done waiting. She is being exposed. The exposure won't come through scandal. It will come through spiritual clarity. You will begin to see things. The mask will drop. The truth will rise. Her name will be brought up. In conversation at the strangest time, someone will mention something by accident. But it won't be an accident. It will be divine intervention. You'll overhear a detail. You'll see a message. You'll feel a sudden shift in energy. It will all make sense, and you will know without a doubt. She was never for you, and neither was he not. Any more the one who made promises has already broken them in the spirit. God is giving you this message, not to punish you, but to release you. You've been holding on to a ghost trying to breathe life into something that already died. That's why it's felt so heavy. That's why you're exhausted. You're trying to resuscitate a bond that heaven already severed. They can't walk with you into your next chapter because their heart is no longer aligned with your elevation. They fear your growth. They feel small next to your divine purpose. And instead of rising with you, they chose to retreat, not physically, but spiritually. And now their presence is more painful than their absence would be. That's how you know it's time. God is asking you to surrender the version of them you loved, to grieve the illusion, to make space for the truth, because what's coming for you is greater than what you're afraid to lose. But you won't see it until you let go. That's why heaven is moving. Fast, this exposure is a rescue mission. You prayed for a breakthrough, you begged. For clarity, you asked for a sign, this is it, stop waiting for them. To change, stop replaying the beginning of the story, hoping the ending will rewrite itself. This is not the fairy tale you were promised, but it is the beginning of a redemption arc, so glorious you'll look back and thank God they left even now. As you read this part of you is still hoping it's a mistake, hoping there's still a chance, but that hope is costing you peace. God is asking for your trust, that He sees what you cannot trust, that He hears what you cannot trust, that He knows where this path would have led if it continued, and trust that what He is bringing next will not require pretending, performing, or pleading. You won't have to beg to beloved you won't have, to shrink yourself to be accepted. You won't have to compete with shadows, to be seen the next person sent into your life. Will love your spirit first, they will honor your soul. They will speak truth without fear. They will not be confused about you. They will not need time to decide. They will not compare you to anyone, because they will recognize your divinity instantly. But they cannot find you if you are still entangled with someone who left in spirit, but stayed in body. The vacancy in their heart is echoing in your life, and now heaven is filling that silence with truth. Archangel Michael says this is urgent, not because God is angry, but because your blessing is arriving and it cannot land in chaos. The miracle you prayed for needs a peaceful space. It cannot descend into a battlefield of deception. So heaven is rearranging everything, and that includes removing what you thought was permanent, the relationship you fought for, the connection you invested in the soul. Tie you couldn't untangle, it's being cut, not to punish but to protect. Your future is too important. Your anointing is too heavy. Your mission is too sacred, and time is too short. The longer you delay this release, the more painful the exposure will become. But if you trust God now, the peace will be quick, the healing will be deep, the reward will be immediate. The angels are already circling. Your name has been written into a divine decree. A new connection is forming, one built on truth, on destiny, on alignment. But it begins with the unraveling of the lie you've been living with. They can't keep the promise they made, not because you're unworthy, but because they were never equipped to walk with a chosen one. You were trying to build forever with someone who only packed for the weekend you were pouring eternity into. Someone who only gave you fragments, and now heaven is calling you back to your own heart, back to your own strength, back to your divine mission. You forgot who you were while loving someone who didn't know how to love you back. But now you, remember now, you rise the betrayal. You feel is not the end, it is the beginning. This breaking is holy. This exposure is sacred. This pain is prophetic, because it will awaken something in you that no comfort ever could. You are being pulled into a new dimension, a higher frequency, a realm where only truth can survive. You don't need them to validate you anymore. You are already seen. You are already known. You are already chosen, and no broken promise can unchoose you. Finally, God is exposing this woman and everything connected to her. Manipulation is falling apart. Watch how fast things change. Now the illusions will collapse. The lies will unravel. The fake smiles will fade, and all that will be left is the truth. It may feel lonely at first, but it won't last, because the space they leave behind will be filled with miracles, with joy, with laughter that doesn't come with pain, with companionship that doesn't drain you, with love that doesn't confuse you. You were always meant for more. That's why this hurts so deeply. Not because you lost them, but because you stayed too long, trying to keep something alive that was already dead. but now you're free to heal. Free to build. Free to attract what aligns with your spirit. Free to step into the life that was always waiting for you on the other side of goodbye. God says, you didn't lose a forever, you released Adelaide, and now forever is finally coming. Archangel Michael says, the person who promised to be with you forever can no longer keep that promise. They have already started drifting, even if their words still sound warm. They are not telling you the truth anymore. What they show you on the outside does not match what is hidden inside. You have felt the shift. You have sensed the silence between the lines of their speech. You have noticed how the warmth in their voice has grown colder, even if they pretend nothing has changed. This message is not to break you, it is to awaken you. It is not sent to wound you, it is sent to release you. God has seen it. All the late nights where you cried quietly, so no one would hear the times you smiled in public, but broke down when you were alone, the prayers you whispered, begging for clarity, for peace, for something to make sense. You didn't imagine it. You're not being dramatic. You're not being too sensitive. The love that was once real has been slowly replaced with hesitation and shadows. The person who said forever is now already planning an exit in their mind. They don't have the courage to tell you the full truth because they still care about your reaction. But God says, I care more, I care deeper, I care eternally. You don't have to chase anyone to prove your worth. You don't have to shrink yourself to make someone stay. You don't have to carry a connection that is no longer mutual. That's not love, that's suffering. Archangel Michael is standing beside you now, not to scold you for loving too hard, but to remind you that heaven saw how much you gave. You poured your heart out, you stayed when others would have run. You fought for something sacred, even when you had no strength left, and that matters. God is not blind to your loyalty. God is not deaf to your prayers. And most of all, God is not silent about your future. There is a holy separation taking place, not because God wants to see you in pain, but because He knows what you truly deserve. God knows the depths of your soul. He knows the kind of love your heart was designed to receive. And what's ahead is far greater than the lukewarm connection you've been trying to hold together. It's not your fault. It's ending. It's not your fault. Their promises failed. Sometimes people change. Sometimes they get scared. Sometimes they grow tired. And sometimes they simply were never meant to stay for the full journey. God is not shocked. He's not pacing the heavens, wondering what went wrong. He saw this moment before it ever touched your timeline. He saw the conversation you didn't want to have. He saw the phone calls that stopped. He saw the coldness in their heart before you did. He waited patiently for you to see the truth, and now that you have, He's ready to walk with you into something better. You are not being punished. You are being protected. You are not being abandoned. You are being redirected. This is not rejection. This is divine preservation. What God removes, He replaces with something greater, something lasting. You may want answers, you may want closure. You may want them to look you in the eyes and explain why things changed. But sometimes closure isn't a conversation. Sometimes closure is a decision, a sacred moment, where you say to yourself, I deserve more than confusion. Deserve more than half-hearted love. I deserve more than silence. Where there should be reassurance, you are not asking for too much. You are asking the wrong person. The one who was meant for you would never make you question whether or not you are enough. And hear this now from the heart of God. You are enough. You have always been enough in your tears. You are enough in your pain. You are enough in your mistakes. You are enough. You don't need to beg for love. You don't need to plead for honesty. The love that is meant for you will not require explanations and emotional gymnastics. It will come with clarity, peace, and sacred alignment. You will not have to wonder if it's real. It will be undeniable. Archangel Michael says to breathe. Take a breath right now. Feel the air enter your lungs as evidence that life is not over. Feel your heartbeat as proof that your journey is not done. Feel your soul rising even in the heaviness. You are not destroyed, you are being anchored. You are being reminded of where your real security is. It is not in a human promise. It is not in a relationship that shifts with emotion. Your security is in God, the one who never lies, the one who never walks away, the one who never says forever and means just a moment. When God says He is with you always, He means it through heartbreak, through disappointment, through the empty spaces, through the transition, through the letting go, through the starting. Again, this chapter is painfully yes, but it is not the end of your story. It is the part where your spirit starts to remember its worth. It is the moment your identity detaches from the opinion of someone who didn't see your full value. You are not the problem. You are not too much. You are not a burden. You are a divine masterpiece, handcrafted, with love destined for connection, that lifts you instead of draining you, that celebrates you. Instead of tolerating, you let yourself grieve. Grieving is holy. It honors the love you gave, but don't let grief lie. You don't let it tell you that you'll never love again. Don't let it convince you that you're unworthy. Don't let it tie you to a moment that was only supposed to be temporary. You are allowed to feel everything, but you are also called to heal. You are being called out of the ashes. You are being called to stand again. God will hold you, but He will whisper to your heart when you can't find the words. To pray, He will carry you when your knees are too weak to walk. You are not alone. You are surrounded by heaven. There is restoration ahead. Real love, real joy, real purpose. You haven't missed your chance. This heartbreak is not your final destination. It is a doorway to something sacred. Let yourself walk through. Don't fight what heaven is trying to remove. Don't cling to what God is freeing you from. You don't need to convince anyone to stay. The one God has for you will not need convincing. They will see your light and thank God for you daily. They will not fear commitment. They will not speak words they don't mean. They will stand by you, not just when it's easy, but through everything God is preparing that you may not see it yet. But heaven is already arranging it in the background. Angels are moving pieces into place. Hearts are being aligned. Paths are being prepared in due time. The love that is yours will find you. You won't have to question it. You won't have to beg for it. It will feel like peace. And until then, God will be your peace. Until then, God will hold the space that person left behind. Until then, you're being refined, healed, protected, and made whole. So don't numb yourself. Don't run away from this pain. Let it teach you. Let it carve wisdom into your soul. Let it turn your tears into rivers of understanding. You are growing. You are becoming. You are shedding the false. To make room for the truth, you are releasing what was small. To make space for what is great. It hurts now. Yes, but this pain has purpose. It is guiding you back to yourself. It is waking you up from the dream of someone else's promise and leading you into the reality of God's eternal vow. God says, rest assured, nothing will go wrong. With you, not now, not ever. You are safe. You just have to trust. Even when the world feels unsafe, you are cradled in the hands of the Almighty. He will not let you fall. He will not let you break beyond repair. What is being rebuilt in you will be stronger than anything that tried to destroy you. Your faith is being forged in the fire. Your heart is being re-anchored in the eternal. You are not falling apart. You are being put together. This is a holy breaking, a divine reset, a sacred unraveling that is making room for your future trust. It trusts the silence, trusts the unanswered questions, trusts the empty space. God fills all voids where someone else leaves. God enters where love ends, grace begins. Where promises fail, God's word endures forever. You are not what they left behind. You are not the silence they gave you. You are not the absence of their love. You are what God is lifting up. You are what heaven is healing. You are the miracle that is still unfolding. You are the story still being written. So wipe your tears. Not because you're not allowed to cry, but because your tears are seen and honored by heaven. Heaven watches every drop fall and gathers each one. Like treasure, they are not wasted. They are prayers, they are power. Cry, but don't give up. Cry, but don't let the sorrow swallow you. Feel the pain, but don't sink into despair. You were not made to drown here. You were made to rise. You are not forgotten, not for 1 second, not for 1 breath, even when it feels like silence. You are still known. You are still remembered. You are not unseen, even if they overlooked you, even if they walked past your worth. God has not. He sees what they missed. He sees what you're becoming. He sees the gold being formed from the ashes. You are not unloved. You are not abandoned. You are not cast away. You are chosen. You are held. You are kept. You are being guided not by chance, not by luck, but by divine hands, by the one who sees the full picture. He knows where you came from. He knows where you're going. He knows what you've lost, and he knows what's about to be restored. What is coming will make sense of what is being taken away. What is arriving will heal what has been broken. What is unfolding will reveal why the waiting was necessary. The joy ahead will be so overwhelming. You will barely remember the ache you feel. Now you will smile and wonder how you ever doubted. You will dance again. Not because life is perfect, but because grace carried you through imperfection. Because mercy met you in your sorrow. You have one job in this moment: to trust, to breathe, to believe. Even in heartbreak, God is still good. Even when the door closes, God is still guiding. Even in disappointment, God is still working behind the scenes, beneath the silence, within the stillness. Even in confusion, God is still speaking, his whisper stronger than the storm. His word steady when all else shifts. You are not alone in the dark. Even when you can't feel him, he is near, closer than your next breath, closer than your fear. Your tears are prayers. Your waiting is worship. Your surrender is strength. Do not mistake the pause for punishment. Do not confuse delay with denial. God is not ignoring you. He is preparing something that takes time, something worthy of the wait. You are being refined, not rejected. You are being prepared, not passed over. This season is shaping you into someone who can hold the blessing without being broken. By it, you are not empty. You are being made ready. The delay is not to hurt you. It is to align what is coming with the deepest cry of your soul. You prayed for love, but God is giving you love that lasts. You asked for peace, but he's growing peace. That won't leave when life gets hard. You cried for understanding, but he's building wisdom, wisdom that will guide you through more than this moment. Do not rush this season. Let it do its work. Let it heal you. Let it teach you. You are being raised. Not ruined, you are being blessed, not buried. What feels like the end is a divine beginning. What looks like loss is often the root of gain. Your story is not over, it's just unfolding. Chapter by chapter, miracle by miracle. You are not late. You are right on time. You are not lost. You are being led. God hasn't changed his mind about you. He hasn't forgotten your name. He hasn't withdrawn his promise. Even if the people changed, even if the plans shifted, even if the timeline stretched longer than you thought, the promise still stands. His love still endures. His purpose still remains. You don't need to understand it all. You only need to trust that nothing is wasted. Not your pain, not your prayers, not your waiting. You are seen. You are loved. You are safe. He is holding every broken part and making something beautiful. He is near to the brokenhearted, and he binds every wound with care. You are not too late for love. You are not too damaged for joy. You are not too far gone for redemption. Your future is still alive, still glowing in his hands, still wrapped in divine protection. So take one more breath. Take one more step. Lift your head. You're walking through. Not stuck in. You're being strengthened, not shattered. Yes, it hurts, but you are healing. Yes, it's quiet, but you are heard. Yes, you're tired, but heaven is sending help. You are not doing this alone. The same God who walked you to this point will walk you the rest of the way. You don't need all the answers, you only need his presence. And he has promised never to leave you. He is in the silence. He is in the stillness. He is in the spaces where you thought he left. You are his forever. His, and he is not letting go. He is rewriting the ending. He is redeeming the pain. He is restoring what was stolen. There is joy on the other side of this. There is peace beyond the storm. There is clarity waiting past the confusion. So hold on just a little longer. Trust just a little deeper. Believe not because it's easy, but because it's true. You were made for love. You were made for joy. You were made to be held. This storm will pass. This night will end. And when the sun rises, you will rise with it, brighter than before, stronger than you imagined, closer to what your soul longs for. You're not waiting in vain. You're waiting in faith, and faith moves mountains, opens doors, births, miracles. Your miracle is moving toward you, just as you are moving toward it. Keep going, keep trusting, keep hoping, because this is not where it ends. This is where it begins. You are not what they left behind. You are what heaven is lifting up. You are not what broke you. You are what God is building, and you are still becoming everything he promised you would be. A living proof that love never fails, that grace always finds, and that the best is yet to come. He's saying to you, now I've got you. I'm not going anywhere. I will be with you always, even to the end of the age. That's a promise that doesn't break. That's a forever, that lasts. That's the love your soul has been aching for. You are not being punished. You are being set free to live, free to heal, free to love again. First yourself and then others in divine timing. Don't look back in regret, look forward in faith. This isn't the end, it's a new beginning. Let the one who couldn't keep their promise go bless them, release them, but hold on to the one who never breaks his word. God is your forever, and he will never fail you. If you believe in God, you are not abandoned. You are carried, not forgotten, but chosen, not left behind, but led forward into something greater. He's holding your heart, now gently, firmly. He's seen every tear, heard every prayer, felt every ache, and he stayed when others left. He whispered truth. When lies tried to drown you, he lit a spark in the dark, and now it's growing into flame. You are not lost. You are being found, not falling apart, but being made whole. Each crack in you is letting his light shine through. Each wound is a place his love can enter. He is not afraid of your pain. He's drawn to it. He doesn't walk away from broken things. He heals them, restores them, and makes them beautiful. He's the one who stays when the world is too loud, when silence hurts, when nothing makes sense. He stays and he speaks peace, peace to your mind, peace to your heart, peace to your past, peace to your future. He is your safe place, your strong tower, your hiding place, and your freedom all at once. You are not too much, not too broken, not too far gone. You are just right for a miracle, just right for a new chapter, just right for grace. He is rewriting your story, not with shame, but with glory. He sees what others missed. He loves what others left, and he calls you chosen, redeemed, worthy even when you don't feel it, especially then, because he knows the truth, and his truth sets you free. He's saying to you again, I've got you. I'm not going anywhere. Even when your faith is small, even when your hope runs low, he doesn't leave. You're not walking alone. You're being walked with, through the fire, through the storm, through the waiting, through the wondering. He is still. God's still good, still faithful. He's not asking you to have it all together. He's just asking you to trust him, even with the pieces, even with the tears, even with the fear, because he can hold what you can't. He can carry what crushes you. He can mend what shattered you. He's not just watching, he's working in silence, in stillness, in all the in-between moments. He's preparing a blessing greater than what you lost, not because you earned it, but because he loves you. You are not forgotten. You are remembered by heaven, and what is meant for you will never miss you, because he doesn't miss. He doesn't fail. He's not done writing your story. He's just getting started. The pain isn't the ending. It's the doorway to healing. The waiting isn't punishment, it's preparation. He's building something eternal in you, through you, for you, and he's not letting go. He's holding your name in the palm of his hand, your prayers, your dreams, your sorrow. He holds it all. He is not tired of you, not disappointed in you, not walking away from you. He's drawing closer, even now, to remind you, you are his forever. His forever, loved forever. Seen not for what you do, but for who you are. To him, you are a treasure. You are his delight. You are worth fighting for, and he fought for you on the cross and won, so nothing can separate you from his love. Not fear, not doubt, not past mistakes, not broken promises. His love is stronger, wider, deeper, higher, and it's holding you. Now when you feel weak, lean into him. When you feel lost, let him lead. When you're tired, rest in him. He is your strength, your peace, your joy, not just someday, but now. He is not waiting for you to be perfect. He's meeting you where you are, and he's not leaving you there. He's lifting you, guiding you, healing you, growing you, because he has plans for you. Good plans, full of hope, full of purpose. Your life is not over. It's unfolding, beautifully, divinely, perfectly timed. Every setback will be a setup for something sacred. Every closed door will lead to the right one. He's not denying you. He's directing you, so don't panic, trust. Don't cling to what fell apart. Open your hands to what's ahead. He is with you. He is for you. He is not a man that he should lie. He keeps his word. When he says, forever, he means it. When he says you are loved, he means every word. You don't have to perform for his approval. You already have it. You don't have to chase love. You're already found in it. You don't have to hold everything together. He is holding you. He's been there, in the silence, in the heartbreak, in the deep nights, and he's never left. His presence is your promise. His peace is your anchor. You are safe in him no matter what you face. He faces it with you. No matter what you fear, he's stronger still. He sees what's ahead, and he's already there. He's clearing the path, making a way even when you can't see it yet. And one day you'll look back and see how every moment was wrapped in mercy, every step guided by grace, because he never let go, not once, not ever, and he never will. You are being healed even now. You are being renewed day by day, and his love for you never runs dry. Rest in that, breathe in that, stand on that. His word is unshakable. His heart is unstoppable. He is your forever, and he is not going anywhere, because you are his and he is yours, and nothing, not time, not distance, not failure can change that. Truth, believe it, receive it, live in it. He's saying again, I've got you. I'm not going anywhere. I will be with you always, even to the end of the age, and that is forever.